The subject of this week's episode is the influence of artificial intelligence in the digitization of healthcare. There is abundant evidence of the improvements that AI applications such as natural language processing, speech recognition, and machine vision have on our everyday life. As we discussed in the last episode with Todd, how their AI tool, Surgicon, is helping hospitals improve their emergency department patient flow based on real time data collected from their patients. There is substantial proof that the use of AI is going to be ingrained into every aspect of the way care will be provided in the future. In a practice of evidence based medicine, where clinicians extensively use medical diagnostics and imaging to make decisions about the care of their patients, there are a number of successful use cases where clinicians are using artificial intelligence driven application to significantly improve the diagnosis of their patients' health problems. What is medical diagnostics, you may ask? A category of medical tests where samples are taken from your body, such as blood or tissues, or x rays or scans to detect infections or diseases. You would be surprised. I recently read a report from the Institute of Medicine at the National Academies of Science, Engineering, and Medicine that stated that diagnostic errors contribute to approximately 10% of patients' death and also accounted for 6 to 17% of hospital complications. AI is a perfect technology to help us minimize that. There are many researchers and companies that are currently working in the field of artificial intelligence to improve medical diagnostics. There was a recent report from Stanford University where researchers are working on developing an algorithm to diagnose skin cancers using deep machine learning. This model is built by training 130,000 images of skin lesions representing over 2,000 different diseases. Similarly, there are a number of AI driven applications that are being built to predict onset of sepsis hours before by monitoring commonly measured vital signs of patients. As we all know, sepsis is a leading cause of death in hospitals, and studies have shown that early diagnosis and treatment can reduce mortality and associated costs. AI can review a patient's medical record and identify gaps, such as on overdue tests or screenings, which is helpful, especially if a patient is suffering from a chronic diseases. Similarly, AI applications are used in the operational settings of hospitals, where AI can help facility operations by not only predicting the number of admitted patients but also their length of stays. Similarly, AI application can help us improve the overall health of our population. There have been multiple AI applications out there in the market that can help us do an efficient risk stratification within a population. So we can surface uh, individuals who are more at risk. Similarly, AI technologies can identify and help pharmacies identify patients who are at risk of medication non adherence. So we can take more proactive interventions with them. AI can help identify pharmaceutical companies with patients that are good for clinical trials. Given all the potential that AI has in transforming healthcare, there are a number of challenges that we still have to overcome. A substantial portion of our healthcare data is still living in silos, and there is limited interoperability between various entities that are collecting our healthcare data. Similarly, a large portion of data that is being collected from wearable devices or sensors is unstructured and lack true labels, which make it challenging to effectively interpret that data. This is one of the biggest obstacles to machine learning and an impediment to developing meaningful algorithms. Healthcare definitions and policies are constantly changing, which means the algorithm predictive models must also continuously learn and evolve. For example, a machine learning model trained on a data about diabetic patients would need to be adjusted every time the definition of diabetic changes. Lastly, slow regulatory approval process, especially for critical algorithms. So we need to figure out a way how we can increase the velocity of these approvals that we have. So I'm not proposing handing over the keys of our care to machines, because I do understand that mistakes can affect a person's life. However, I do believe that the advantages of artificial intelligence are too significant to ignore. One of the considerable benefit of AI is to improve our ability to detect and treat critical diseases early. And there has been visible evidence and numerous studies that have shown that early detection improves patient chances to survive.